Did you know that Popeye has a lot of surprising facts that even his biggest fans may not know? Despite being around for almost 100 years, there are still many things about Popeye that people are unaware of. From his comic strip origins to his impact on popular culture, Popeye has had a lasting influence throughout the decades. Even though not everyone knows about his origins or the integral details of his comics, Popeye still has a dedicated fan base that continues to appreciate his original stories. So, get ready to be mind-blown by these 10 facts about Popeye. Fact number 10: he started as a sidekick. So, Popeye is this awesome character who has appeared in all sorts of media like comics, cartoons, movies, and even commercials. But here's the interesting part. He actually started off as a minor character in a comic strip called Thimble Theater. Can you believe it? He was only supposed to be a temporary addition, but readers loved him so much that they demanded his return. Thimble Theater had been around for a good 10 years before Popeye came along. But once he made his debut, he stole the show and became the main focus of the strip. Eventually, the strip was renamed to Popeye because it was all about him, his pals, and his enemies. Fact number 9: he's the first cartoon to get a statue in his honor. Back in the Great Depression, Crystal City, Texas hit the jackpot with Spinach production, all thanks to the spinach-loving sailor who made it famous. To show their appreciation for the fictional character, the town put up a colorful statue of Popeye in 1937, according to Texas Hill Country. Although the first ever statue of a cartoon character was actually of Andy Gump from the comic strip, it was made to honor the creator of the strip. On the other hand, the Popeye statue in Texas is the first one dedicated solely to the character. Crystal City still remembers and appreciates the economic success they experienced during such a tough time, all thanks to the comic strip legend, as evident by the statue that still stands today. Fact number 8: he was supposed to have his own land at an Orlando theme park. If you're a big fan of theme parks or love Popeye, you probably know about his awesome water raft ride in the comic strip landing area of Universal Orlando's Islands of Adventure. But here's something you might not know. Originally, Popeye was actually going to have his very own land at the park. Back in the early days of Islands of Adventure, the plan was for it to be called Cartoon World, with different sections dedicated to comics, cartoons, and characters from children's books. Popeye's Island was going to be a whole area by itself, divided into two parts, Sweet Haven Village and the Docks. Some of the ideas for these sections actually came to life, like a restaurant all about the character Wimpy and a super fun Popeye and Bluto ride. But it would have been really awesome to see the other ideas that never got built become a reality too. Fact number 7: Sweet Pea isn't actually Popeye and Olive Oil's real kid. A lot of people who casually follow the Popeye franchise, like the Hanna-Barbera version, might think that the baby often seen with Popeye and Olive Oil is their own flesh and blood. But actually, they would be totally wrong. The truth is, Sweet Pea is Popeye's adopted child, thanks to King Features. He first showed up in 1933, 4 years after Popeye himself made his comic debut. His mother left him on Popeye's doorstep, knowing that he would take care of him and keep him safe. He grew attached to the baby and decided to name him Sweet Pea. It's kind of funny, considering Popeye's love for spinach, that he would choose a name inspired by another green vegetable. Fact number 6: Olive Oil came before Popeye. Back in the early days of the Popeye comic strip, when it was still called Thimble Theater, Olive Oil and her boyfriend Ham Gravy were the main focus. The crazy adventures of Olive Oil's family and their wacky personalities provided the content and humor for the comics. Along with the Oil family and Ham Gravy, there were other minor characters that would come and go. Popeye was actually just supposed to be one of those characters, but he ended up stealing the spotlight and becoming the star of the show. It's kind of like how Mickey Mouse was created before his girlfriend Minnie. You would think that Popeye came first and then Olive Oil, but it's actually the opposite. Olive Oil has been around since the very beginning of Thimble Theater in 1919, while Popeye didn't make his debut until a whole decade later. Fact number 5: Spinach became super popular during the Depression because of Popeye. When the Great Depression hit, Popeye burst onto the scene and quickly became a hit. People were looking for an escape from the tough times, and Popeye's comics provided just that. Both kids and adults loved them. Popeye's love for spinach rubbed off on everyone, leading to a huge increase in spinach sales. It became the third most popular food for kids, right after ice cream and turkey. People in the 1920s and 1930s couldn't get enough spinach, all thanks to the one-eyed sailor who came to life during a typhoon. Fact number 4: the Popeye comics made Goon an insult. So, it's pretty clear that Popeye made spinach and comics super popular. Now Goon might not be the coolest insult out there, but it's still used to call someone dumb, aggressive, or just plain weird. And guess what? The Popeye comics are to thank for that. They introduced us to the Goon family, a bunch of odd-looking characters who made the word popular. And here's another fun fact. The name Wimpy from Popeye is actually the reason we use the word wimp to describe someone who's cowardly. Crazy, right? Fact number 3: he didn't always get his strength from spinach. Popeye and spinach are inseparable, they go hand in hand. But here's a surprising fact. In the early days of the Popeye comics, spinach wasn't the source of his strength and powers. Believe it or not, he actually got it from rubbing a wiffle hen's head. This wiffle hen, named Bernice, belonged to Olive Oil's brother, Castor Oil, who thought the hen brought him good luck while he gambled at casinos. However, it turned out that the wiffle hen brought luck to Popeye instead. In his first appearance in the comics, when Popeye gets shot, he rubs the wiffle hen's head and not only survives the shooting but also gains superhuman strength to take down the shooter. We don't know why the change was made from the wiffle hen to spinach, but it was definitely a good decision. Fact number 2: Donkey Kong was initially planned as a Popeye video game. Donkey Kong is like super famous in the Nintendo world and is like a total gaming legend. It first came out in 1981, and that's when Mario, the coolest dude ever, made his debut too. But get this, Donkey Kong and all those awesome characters almost didn't exist because of Popeye. When they were making the game, Nintendo actually wanted it to be based on the Popeye comic strip, but they couldn't get the rights for it. So they had to come up with their own characters. And that's how we got the iconic Donkey Kong and Mario that we know and love today. Fact number 1: he sparked a popular 60s dance trend. Popeye's got all these quirky things that fans just love to copy, like his voice, catchphrases, and the way he acts. It's pretty cool how he's become such a big part of pop culture for so long. Back in the 60s, way before all that trippy stuff, Popeye even inspired a popular dance called, you guessed it, the Popeye dance. The moves and steps were all about imitating Popeye. Like one step was all about sliding around like you're ice skating, just like Popeye did in the comics. And another step was all about raising your hand like you're holding a pipe to your mouth, just like him. It's crazy how many people wanted to bust a move like the Sailor Man. It just goes to show how much of an impact Popeye has had on our culture, and how he's still going strong. That's it for the video. Thanks for watching.